Hello, folks. Welcome back to FPL Jedi Show. It is Game Week 37 now. Game Week 36 already over. And definitely there's some good points in terms of who are captaining Callum Wilson last week. They got a big points. Uh, uh, would like to inform that myself and Azmi has been having a busy week, so we do not have time to record or even stream for this week game week 37. Okay, nevertheless, I did a pre-recorded video for this game week 37 deadline stream to touch a bit on where's my team so far and what's the plan for this week and what's the fixture for game week 37. All right, let's jump straight to game week 36 performance for me. I scored 94 points only, and the average points for game week 36 was 65 points. It's still um, a big gap from average point. Okay, scored more than average point, but that did not prevent from my ranking to go down from 27,000 to now 34,000. I think there's more or less like 4 red arrows so far for me, and back to back, and has been increasingly dropping my rank. A bit disappointing. I think the big decision that I need to make last week was whether to bring in Callum Wilson or Isaac, and captaining whoever I bring in him. And it turns out that because I made an early transfer and I said the most prominent transfer for last week in terms of Newcastle attacker. But Cameron Wilson, as we know, in terms of stat, he can score big. But I decided to go to the safe road, and by all means, that punished me in terms of points. Callum Wilson scored 24 points, and I set only 7 points in that double game week. So that's a big gap. So I think that's the most big talking points last week. I did that, and there's some interesting fact from game week 36 in terms of like myself, Raya and also Kepa. I did actually play Raya over Kepa. It turns out the right decision, because whoever actually played Kepa, um, what can I say? They actually got advantage of that, because Kepa did not play, and because Lampard decided to play Mendy, and then they can get Raya point. The other fact also that manager who has Ederson and Kepa combo, and played Kepa over Ederson, they got Ederson clean sheet points in the last. So they got, I think Ederson scored 8 points, Raya 7 points, so there's no advantage there. In terms of defense, I played Trippier, Botman, and Estupinan. Okay, TA coming off the bench because of Rashford benching. Rashford did not turn out to play that game. So the owner of like who actually play TA over Estupinan did got a good points, because Esteban coming off the bench for Rashford. So in the end, there is no advantage for me also. I did bring McAllister, but he only produced 3 points. The second game, he actually benched against Newcastle, came in, but yellow carded, so only 3 points. Mitoma, 3 points and 2 points, so 5 points from those both game, but that's not produce anything. Salah 12 points, 3 assists from game against Leicester, but no bonus point. Okay, surprising. Alvarez were actually already brought in, I think few weeks back. Disappointing again. The Man City who actually performed was Mahrez and also Gundogan for the past 2 weeks. And that Haaland only 1 goal and 7 points. So nothing further that I want to talk about my team, except that despite 94 points, the gainers was the Callum Wilson captainers. Alright, let's go to game week 37 fixture. We know this is the last double game week of the season. 4 teams will play double this week, which features Manchester United, Man City, Chelsea, and Brighton. Okay, so the most interesting one definitely Man City and also Manchester United. Because Manchester United still got something to play. They need to win both game this week because they want to lock that top 4 Champions League spot. For Man City, after Arsenal lost against Brighton last week, pretty much they are just a matter of time before winning the league. As you can see, Man City play Chelsea on Sunday, and Arsenal play on Saturday midnight against Forest. So in the end, if let's say Forest win a game against Arsenal, regardless what's the fixture before that, Man City will be crowned as champion. So that's another point that I would like to point out. Okay, Forest against Arsenal is a big game. Arsenal pretty much uh, do not have any chance to win the league, but just to make sure the interesting facts of game week 37, try to get 3 points from Forest, but Forest also need points because they're still mathematically not safe in terms of relegation. Other than that, early kickoff for this week, Spurs versus Brentford. We have Bournemouth versus Manchester United. Okay, that's the talking point for Manchester United. Fulham versus Crystal Palace. Liverpool versus Villa. They still has outside chance for Champions League, so they want to produce a result against Villa, who pretty much also still fighting for European spot. Wolves versus Everton. Everton needs points for safety. They might need a win against Wolves, but they have pretty much 2 February matches against Wolves and Bournemouth after this. On Sunday, I touched already on Forest versus Arsenal, West Ham versus Leeds. West Ham has qualified for European Conference final. Okay, they're fighting Leeds, who really needs points. So I don't know what's going to be turn out for this match. Brighton versus Southampton. I think this is another interesting match. We have seen the ZB has been rotating his team, so we are not sure who's going to play against Southampton, but this is definitely a match to target. Man City versus Chelsea, I already touched, and Newcastle versus Leicester. Okay, Newcastle are pretty much almost 1 foot to lock the top 4, but they need to win against Leicester. And maybe this is the last match Leicester has a, I don't know, they look doomed into championship, but this is the match that will seal it if let's say anything. So this is pretty much a big match for both teams. Then we have Brighton versus Man City and United versus Chelsea in midweek. All right, let's go some team news. I just captured the most important one. We're gonna only touch about the 4 teams. On Man City, pretty much Pep Guardiola mentioned only Nathan Ake, who are only the absentee. The rest are fit. But what we can say, if let's say Man City wins against Chelsea and already confirmed with in terms of their championship title, there might be a rotation in midweek against Brighton. So that's one thing that I just want to touch. Okay, for Chelsea, there's more injury for them. Koulibaly might not be training anymore and won't feature. Benoit, who actually pick up injury in training and will be out in 37. One thing for sure is we are not sure in terms of Kepa situation. Mendy did play in game week 36 against Forest. Whether Kepa will play both of these game, one of the game or none, we just not sure. But if we have the like of Kepa, like myself, we try our luck, and if Kepa did not feature, and let the second keeper come in. In terms of Manchester United, I think last week Rashford, doubtful, he did not feature at all. For this week, Ten Hag mentioned he did take part in training this week, but now pick up an illness and it's a doubt to face Bournemouth on Saturday. This is not a good news for Rashford owner. And Ten Hag did mention we have to see how he recovers. It's a really doubt. So if you have him, maybe you need to move to other asset like Man City, or even to Manchester United like Bruno or Anthony. That could be a punt, but it's all depending on your team. Okay, Varane will be available and McTominay has returned to training. So that's pretty much on Manchester United news. For Brighton, I did not capture here, but pretty much Dizabi mentioned that all the players could not play 3 games in a short period of recovery time. So basically, there will be rotation, but you just need to play your Brighton assets. If you have 3, Mitoma, McAllister, Estupiñán, Steele, to an extent, I don't know, Ecclesall, Welbeck, Undaf has been performing. You just need to play them. In terms of top transfer traffic in Game Week 37, the most transfer in so far, okay, is Gundogan with 533,000 managers has brought the German midfielder in. I think he's actually, in terms of form, is up there, only owned by 7.5% managers so far. So basically he's really a good differential for this week if you want to go replacing Rashford, who is down right now. Gundogan has been scoring back-to-back double-digit points in game 35, 13 points, game 36, 19 points recently. So he is really on form, and he might actually start this game. So he could actually be the right replacement for Rashford. Other than that, Shaw and Fernandes is the top 2 Manchester United assets in second and third place. Around 399,000 managers brought those assets in. We have interest in Callum Wilson after his big points last week. So against Leicester this week. Whether he start or not, there's another thing. But 321,000 managers brought the England attacker in. Estupiñán after 17 points last week. More traffic coming in. Brighton do double this week. Who knows? Another double-digit points this week. In terms of top transfer out, no surprise, Martinelli has been declared injured and out for this season. All of 760,000 has brought him out. Same thing for Tony, has been announced that he's been banned for 8 months after this because of betting offences. So he is definitely out. Rashford, because of his doubtfulness, 529,000 has brought him out. Trippier also, maybe direct replacement for Shaw. I think that's the traffic. And Solly much continue to transfer out by managers because he might not be featured in game week 37. So pretty much this is the transfer. So let's go to my team. Okay, for this week, I have on paper 8 doublers and 0.2 million in the bank. I read out my team. I have Kepa in goal. Hopefully he plays both games, but he's pretty much a bad game week for Chelsea, away to Man City, then away to Manchester United, who both team has something to play. In defense, I have TAA 12 points. You know from last week what a goal from his free kick. What else we can say about TAA? He just ticked in for the past 6-7 game weeks. Trippier, he's yellow flag because he's been injured during Brighton game. We're not sure about his situation, but Eddie Howe did mention he should be fine. Estupiñán, to complete my back three, I have Rashford, McAllister, Grealish, Salah and Mitoma. So 4 doublers there, but Rashford yellow flag. Then I have Alvarez and Haaland up front and captaining Haaland. On my bench, Raya, Isaac, Botman and also Henry. So what happened? In my mind, I think if my wish list is actually to hold my transfer and brought my role transfer to game week 38 so that I can have option in game week 38. But I think I must attack in game week 37. So I only have one Manchester United asset there. You can see there. So if I want, actually I can bring in Bruno for Rashford, but I need to take a -4 point definitely. Take out Isaac to get the fund, maybe to Greenwood and then upgrade Bruno. But the thing is, Rashford could have outside chance to play. It's really, I don't know. Other than that, if I really want Bruno, maybe direct replacement is to brought out Salah for him. But Salah has been on form. Liverpool tried to win games. Salah could have a big haul against Villa. I'm not sure I will go there. The one transfer that I could make is actually Trippier to Shaw and have at least 2 Manchester United assets coming to game week 37. Another point that I can move, but it's a goalkeeper move. Pretty much the season managers or the expert will say do not make goalkeeper transfer move, but there is a chance that I could make De Gea move Kepa to De Gea, two good games this week, and then final game week 38 against Fulham at home. So they may be at some upside, taking -4 for De Gea. I could get return back my -4 in the next 3 games, but I'm still unsure. Okay, so but one thing that I can say, I think I will make that Shaw move. Okay, so I will up my doubles to 9, and then just play Kepa. If not Kepa, do not feature, then Raya come in against away to Spurs. Well, we just never know. If Rashford did not feature, then Isaac come in. So that's pretty much my team. That could be the. All right. I think that's pretty much I just want to share with everyone in terms of game week 37 plan. Okay. Azmin has something to do this today, so he cannot join this stream. But anyway, he also want to end the season on high. So we shall see what's his plan. But until now, okay, for game week 37, thank you for watching. All right. Good luck for this week. You just need to be aggressive, I suppose. Okay, taking -4 if you have to, but try to avoid a big hits this week. But until then, we shall see you in game week 38. So good luck this week. Okay, and hope for the best. And may the force be with you. Take care.